JavaScript variables. So JavaScript variables are used to store the values. Okay, Java variables are used to store the values, like containers for storing information. Okay, JavaScript variables are used to store the values. Okay, like containers for information, storing information. So we can declare the variables like uh, in JavaScript we can use var keyword, we can use var keyword, create variables. So we can use var keyword to create variables in JavaScript. So use the var keyword only for declaration in JavaScript. So there is no way to create variables in JavaScript. The only one way and one keyword to create the variables, that is var. So var keyword supports any data type like integer, string, bool, float, okay, array, and object data type. So any data type it will accept. So once for the life of any variable name in a document, you should not redeclare same variable twice. You should not. You should not redeclare redeclare same variables same variable types. So JavaScript variables must be identified with unique names. JavaScript variables must be identified with unique names. Unique names. These unique names are called identifiers. So in general, in .NET or C Sharp, okay, in C or CPP, so we can create the variables like this: int a equal to 10, okay, name, uh, string name equal to just example name, okay. For boolean values, so my flag equal to true or false. So boolean values accept only two values, either true or false. And float values, float can take like this 9.6. Okay, so we can declare the variables like this. Okay, in C Sharp or CPP. Okay, in Java, so we can create the variables like this. But in JavaScript, we can create the variables using var keyword. Var suppose b equal to 20. So this is integer. Okay, integer value. Where my name is the variable name. So this is the string variable where boolean variable also same flag equal to false, where h equal to, h is the float variable. Okay, so like this you can create the variables in JavaScript using only one keyword where. So you can also again a, a variable's value can change during the execution of a script. So you declare the JavaScript variables with the var keyword. So here we can create the variables two types. We have two types of variables. First one is local variables. Second one global variables. Okay, so here types of variables is available. Local variables means a variable declared within a JavaScript function. It becomes local variable. A variable declared declared within a JavaScript function. In a JavaScript function, it becomes local variable. Local variable, and only we can access only within that function only, and can only be accessed within that function. Within that function only. Okay, so you can have local variables with the same name in different functions. You can create you can create local variables with the same name in different functions. So you should not create variables with the same name in same function. You can create local variables with the same name in different functions. So for example, my function one is the function name in JavaScript. You can create a variable like this, a equal to 20. Okay, and you can have another function my function. Okay, this is another function. So here two different functions. You can create the local variables with the same name in different functions. Okay, but you should not create same variables, okay, with the same name in same function. Okay, if you create the variables with the same name, the value is overridden with the new value. Okay, so first a value is 30 here in the statement. In the second statement, the value is 20. So the value is overridden. So that's why Don't create variables with the same name in same function. And you can create this variables with the same name in different functions. So this is the local variable. You can access these variables within the function only. You cannot access this variable in another function. So like this, global variables. A variable declared, a variable declared outside the function, outside the function, a variable declared outside a function, it becomes global variable, global variable, and all functions can access global variables. All functions, all script functions can access those variables. Okay, global variables. So global variables are destroyed when you close the page. So for example, you can take these two functions. In real-time scenario, whenever you want same variable, whenever you want to use same variable in different functions, you can create that variable as global. For example, in these two functions, I want to use same variable. Okay, so that's why, so I can create this variable outside of the function. Okay, but here. Okay, so global. So this is the global. So you can access this variable in two functions. Okay, if you want to use same variable in different functions, you can create that variable in as global variable. So you can create the variable like this, another b equal to 10, and where c equal to a plus b. So now the result is a plus b. Okay, 30 plus 10, 40 will be stored in c variable. So like this, you can create, you can use the a variable, okay, variable a in function 2. So one example on these local variables and global variables. Create one HTML form. Um, Here I can take one button, input type equal to button, and value equal to edition. Okay, and you can take two text boxes. Okay. So otherwise we can display the result in paragraph. Okay, no need to create a text box. So just when you click on the button, just display the addition of two numbers in paragraph. Okay, create script tag and create one function. Okay, my function 1, and here I can create two variables, a equal to 20 where b equal to 30. So I want to display the result addition of these two numbers in paragraph. So I can take the id for paragraph p1. Next we can use document dot get element by id. So based on id we are finding the paragraph in document and applying value to the paragraph. So here where c equal to a plus b. Okay, the result is c. Addition of two numbers. Okay, so when you click on this button, this function will be executed. On click equal to my function one. Okay, so this is the click event for button. So this is the event handler. So when you click on this button, this event handler execute this function in JavaScript. So run this example. Okay, click on this button. So the result addition of two numbers equal to 50. Okay, 30 plus 20. So these are the local variables. Okay, so we can access these variables within the function only. So a used, b used, and c also used here. But I want to create another variable function, my function 2. Here, so just I want to display multiplication of two numbers or subtraction of two numbers. So just we can take subtraction. So already variables is there, right? A equal to 20, b equal to 30 is there in function 1. So just I want to do the subtraction on these two variables. Now HTML equal to where c equal to a minus b. Okay, so two functions here. So create one button for subtraction, type equal to button and value equal to subtraction and click equal to my function 2. Okay, so when you click on this button, this function is executed. So while executing this function, you will get errors because there is no variables in the inside function like a and b, right? So now refresh this example. So click on this button. So addition of these two numbers is okay, fine. So when you click on subtraction button, so first go to inspect. So there is no errors here in this page. So when you click on this button, so here one error, a is not defined. Okay, in this function there is no variable like a, so that's why you will get error. So if you want to use same values and the same variables in different functions, you can create these two variables as global. Okay, so now you will get the result. You can observe one thing here. Here C variable C, and second function also variable C is there. So you can create the same variables in different functions with the same name, and you can access global variables in any function in the script. So reference this example. Addition of these two numbers 50 and subtraction of two numbers 10. Okay, 30 minus 20, 10. Right? The result is okay. Okay, so dynamically we given the values here 30 and 20, but I want to give the values manually. So we can take two text boxes for a value and b value. Input type equal to text and id equal to txt value 1. Okay, placeholder equal to value 1 and another value txt value 2. Okay, two values is there. So when you click on this button, the values, we need to find the text box values in function. So now a equal to document dot determined by id txt value 1 dot value. Okay, now we can remove the value here. Just created the variables as global, and b value also same. B equal to document dot determined by id txt value 2 dot value. Okay, now we are getting the values from the text boxes and storing those values into variables. And after that, we are adding the two variables and displaying the result in paragraph. So in function 2 also same. Okay, two variables are so these two values are stored in a and b, and you will get a subtraction value of two numbers. So reference this. Okay, value 1 and value 2. So value 1 is 8, value 2 is 5. So addition. Okay, so here the result is 85 because that always text box values. Okay, always text box values are string values. So we need to convert the string values into integers. So there is a conversion method in JavaScript. So that is from string to integer conversion. There is parse int. Okay, the value string value convert into integer. Parse int. Okay, parse int convert the string into integer. Okay, so now refresh this example. 8 and 5 addition. Okay, so the number is 13. 8 plus 5 13. At the same time subtraction is 3. Okay, 8 minus 5 3. So then the result is fine. Okay, we can access the values from the global in any function. So these are the local variables and global variables in JavaScript. So like this, in JavaScript there is operators. Okay, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and increment, decrement operators. Okay, and ascend operators, arithmetic operators. JavaScript operators. Arithmetic operators are used to perform arithmetic and numbers. Arithmetic operators are used to perform arithmetic and numbers. Arithmetic and numbers. So arithmetic operators are addition. Second one, subtraction. Third one, multiplication. Fourth one, division. And fifth one, modulus. Increment and decrement. Okay, so these are the arithmetic operators in JavaScript. Okay, ascend operators like equal is used to assign values to the JavaScript variables. Okay, equal to and plus. Plus is used to add values. Okay, equal to is used to assign the values to the JavaScript variables. For addition, we can use plus, subtraction, minus, multiplication, star, okay, division, modulus, and for increment, plus plus, for decrement, minus minus. So already we have done the example for addition. Okay, so like this we can take the values. Okay, we can create the variables. Okay, we can add the values using plus operator. So like this, subtraction, okay, multiplication, division, modulus. So for increment and decrement, we can increase the values and we can decrease the values up to the condition is true or false. So for example, so you want to display the values from 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, we can use the increment and decrement. So we can take two buttons for increment, value equal to display 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, and close the button. We can take another button, display 10 to 1. So we can take paragraph id equal to p1. So in script we can create two functions, function increment. Okay, so this is the function name. Okay, you can give the any name for the function. So where result is the variable and I want to display the values 1 to 10 when you click on the button. So we can use for loop. No need to use integer and string with keywords where I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10 and I plus plus. And I think all of you know that for loop. Okay, so first I value is 1 and here it will check the condition I less than equal to 10. I value is 1, 1 less than equal to 10. So the condition is true. So that the cursor is go to the inside for loop. So result that's equal to I plus comma. Okay, so I value is added to the result variable. Plus equal to means concatenation. Okay, so concatenation means so the result there is no when you create the variable result variable there is no values, but when the first condition is true the result value is 1. Okay, and again we have to add the values 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma like this. So first I value 1 is added to the result variable. Again the cursor is go to here I plus plus the I value is increased. So the now I value is 2, 2 less than or equal to 10. So now the condition is also again true. So that's why it will go to here and 2 also added to the result variable. So the values inside result variable is 1 comma 2. So like this up to 10 is added to the result variable, and after that we can display the result in paragraph p1 where html equal to result. So we can call this function in button click event and click equal to a function increment. So now we can run this example. Okay, display 1 to 10 So first I is result variable is undefined. So 1 comma 2 comma up to 10 is displayed, but we have to initialize the value is 0. Okay, 1 2 3 4 up to 10 is added. Last comma also added here. Okay, finally. So we can remove this comma. Result equal to result dot substring length minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so last comma is removed using the using that statement. Okay, after complete this increment and decrement function, so run this example again. First 1 to 10 numbers is displaying, and finally 10 to 1 numbers also displaying. Okay, using increment and decrement.